Orchid Makeup, and I met her actually on YouTube, and we decided to just do this collaboration together. We are doing a flawless foundation routine for you guys, and we're basically doing drugstore products, so it's pretty reasonable products that you can get. And I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Fit Me Poreless and Matte Foundation, also with the powder. I did review these products in a video a couple of weeks ago. I will link that down below for you guys. But as far as Pink Orchid Makeup, you guys can go and check her out on her channel. I believe she uploads every Thursday, and she also does videos in English and Spanish, so I think that's really cool. She does awesome makeup for you guys, and it would be great for you guys just to show your support and just tell her that I sent you to her channel and subscribe to her channel. Also, do not forget to subscribe to my channel as well if you're not already, and please give this video a thumbs up. So guys, I'm coming to you with a fresh face. I've already done my eyes, as you guys can see, but I've already used my moisturizer on my face. I haven't primed my face yet, which is something that I always do all the time. And I'm using the Master Prime by Face Studio, and this is by Maybelline. This is one of their newer ones. And this one is Smashbox, and I wanted to do a drugstore one for you guys, but I'm gonna use this, and I usually like to use both of them. You don't have to use both primers, but for me, because I have a very oily T-zone, I like to use both. And this is just kind of like a blur and smooth one, and then this one here, it's the photo finish, and it's an oil-free one, so this keeps me matte throughout the day. So I'm sorry I didn't get a drugstore one for this, but a good one would probably be the Maybelline Baby Skin one. Let me show you guys. I think I have it here somewhere in the drawer. Yeah. So a good drugstore one would be the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser, if you guys want to check that one out. But so the first thing I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna put my hair up, because I definitely hate doing foundation with my hair in my face. So that's one thing that I can't stand. Okay, so I'm gonna take this first, and like I said before, I've already moisturized my face, and that's something that I do all the time before my makeup, and that's very important to do. I'm gonna use this primer mostly around my T-zone area, because that's where I get very, very oily. And then I'm gonna go in with the Smashbox one. This one is a little sample photo finish, but okay, so I'll go in with the Smashbox. And I'm just gonna put that one here, and this keeps me matte throughout the day. That's why I combine them. I kind of always try to combine two at a time, because I'm very oily. If you're not oily, you don't have to do that. So just make sure you're using products according to your skin type. Like if you have dry skin, make sure you use products that say for dry skin. So okay, so I'm gonna use this Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation. What I do first, or I try to do first, I try to put as little as possible on my skin first, because you can always add extra, opposed to if you're putting more on your skin, it's very hard to take away. You'll have to redo everything over again. You don't want to do that. So these are the three main brushes I use to put on my foundation, and then there's also my beauty blender, which I'm sorry it's dirty at the moment because I used it yesterday, but I also use my beauty blender, and I find these three and the beauty blender work best for me. The first one is Top Kabuki brush, and this I got on Makeup Geek website, and I bought this about a couple of months ago, but this works really nice for me, and it's just dense enough to get your foundation on. And what I do is I never like to swipe the foundation on. I like to buff it into the skin. I also like this Real Techniques brush as well. I've had this for a pretty long time. I use this every single day, all the time. So this was one of my favorites. It still is. And then of course, my all-time favorite is my Sigma flat kabuki brush, the F80 brush, and it's just the flat top brush that you guys have probably seen a million girls use this on YouTube, but this is one of my favorites as well. But today we're going to use the beauty blender, because I feel like the beauty blender kind of shears out your foundation a little bit, giving you full coverage of course, but not so heavy if you just want to do like an everyday coverage. I feel like it just shears it out a little bit more. It makes it look a little bit more natural. So for this one, I don't have a pump, and that's the only thing I hate about some foundations, and especially this one. I don't have a pump. I believe you can use a MAC pump for this, but I haven't had a chance to go get one. So what I normally do is I will dot this on my face. Like I said, I rather build it up slowly opposed to putting a lot on my face. I take my beauty blender and I wet it and I squeeze it so that it's damp. I don't have it dripping, but it is damp. So that's the best way to use your beauty blender. And what I do is I make sure I push in the product into my skin opposed to swiping. You always want to try to push it into your skin because you'll get better coverage like that, I find at least. And with this foundation, I notice you have to work pretty fast because it dries pretty quickly. So let's just buff this in. See, I want a little bit more coverage because I do have leftover scarring on my skin. So I want a little bit more coverage. So I'm gonna just put a little bit more there. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit more here because I like full coverage. Now you can stop right there if you don't like really full coverage, but I like really full coverage. So then what I'm gonna do is make sure I put it little like blending on my ear. I'm not gonna put foundation on my ear obviously, but I'm just gonna blend it up into my ear just so that it looks like my skin and it looks natural. Notice that I still have a little redness around here, so I'll just put that there and then right around here, and then I'll take my beauty blender again and push it into the skin. Okay, so I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This is my favorite concealer, and you guys have probably seen me use this like 1,000 times in my videos. So what I'm going to do is just going to make it like right, just going to put it right underneath my eyes. This is going to conceal any under eye dark circles or anything like that, puffiness and things like that as well. But I'm going to use my beauty blender, and I'm just going to push it, like I said, again into the skin. So all you're doing is pushing it in and dragging it up. So I'm going to take this MAC Prep and Prime CC powder. I saw this on Leslie Alvarado's channel, I believe. And I was kind of intrigued to try it, and I really do like it. I like the yellow tone that it gives. And then I would just put this on underneath, and this is just to set my under eye concealer so that it doesn't crease too much. Especially if you're a person that has like probably a little bit of fine lines like I do, you would want to use a setting powder, because if you don't use the setting powder, then it will crease on you. Okay, so then the next thing I'm going to take is I'm going to use my Fit Me Maybelline the Matte and Poreless powder, and this one is in 130. And I'm going to take my Real Techniques powder brush, and what I'm going to do is just buff that all over the skin just to keep me matte throughout the day, especially around my T-zone, because that's where I need a lot of help with. And then I'll just drag it down my neck a little bit as well. So basically, guys, that's my foundation routine.